welcome to the what is hopefully going to be new weekly upload video series I'm going to call Thoughtless, which is where usually it would be just me sat in front of a camera, but this time I'm in a bit of a rush so I don't have time to set everything up, and we are just gonna play some GTA, and I'm just gonna talk thoughtlessly about random topics I've thought about this week. Basically, the whole point of this is I noticed that I talk to myself a lot as if I'm talking to a camera about, like, really random topics, some of which I'll go through with you today. And this is going to be kind of like unedited, kind of just rambling, you know. The only reason I'm playing GTA right now is because the first video on the channel was me playing GTA. So it seems only fitting. I have a notes page on my notes app that is just entirely topics. Like not even like full arguments yet. More so just like headers for topics, you know? The fuck is this? Am I supposed to... Okay, hold on, let me kill these people first. Okay, so let me go get the first topic. And we can begin officially. Official beginnings. This topic comes from... I watched the new AI scams video that Corridor Crew did, and I just thought to myself, if Jesus, like Jesus Christ, was to come back again, whether he is reincarnated as the Jesus we all know and love, or he is an entirely new Jesus, no one would believe him, you know, because there's so many ways nowadays that we have managed to, like, simulate this stuff. Like, especially if, let's say, Jesus 2 was born in this day and age, you know, like growing up with TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that and all these editing softwares, it would be kind of impossible for him to just, like, be public about it, because there's this Instagram account as well. This is where, like, the original thought came from. There's this Instagram account that's like this person, like, water bending, I think, or some shit. I don't know what brother is doing, but he is, like, manipulating wind and water in, like, real time on the video. What only I can imagine is unedited footage. But obviously, for me, as someone who's doing a film course, I'm a film student, by the way, I see that, and I can picture ways to simulate that in like VFX and stuff, right? And, you know, there's people in the comments being like, this shit's so easy to fake, why are y'all believing him? Some people are like, this guy might be Jesus too, you know, which is where my point comes from here. Which will segue me in, actually, to a separate point. This is the most unstable fucking truck. Because that leads me into, like, this other point, which I'll get onto later. But, picture you're Jesus too, right? You've been raised your whole life a Christian, and you are, you know, you have done miracles, so to say, right? Where you have, like, healed people and stuff, and you've, like, done all this Jesus-y shit, right? And then you're like, I need to go public about this. People need to know. Maybe God himself has spoke to you, right? And then, like, you're like, oh my God, I am his second son. I am Jesus too, right? Surely, if you posted that, someone's gonna be like, average Christian schizo in the comments, or like, I love schizo Christian content, or better yet, there will be fucking hardcore Christians themselves being like, the only man who has these powers is Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, and you are not him. Do not impersonate Jesus Christ. When, bear in mind, you have been literally sent by God himself to do these things for mankind and stuff. And, you know, like, no one would believe you. No one would believe you're Jesus. Like, ever. Like, I'm surprised the Corridor Crew hasn't watched that channel, that Instagram account that I can't remember the name of currently. Like, this guy is, like, waterbending. And it's like, whoa. You know, like, he's bending elements because he's, like, apparently aligned his, like, aura spiritually, or, like, whatever the fuck he says. And he's mastering it, and he's teaching other people how to do it in these videos. And truth be told, man, like, it's impressive stuff. You know? Like, even if it is edited, because it looks pretty good if it is edited. Like, but obviously, you know, with the whole AI and movement and stuff, people are now more skeptical than ever of things that are posted online. You know, like it comes down to people using Baron Trump and his likeness to sing about his dad saving the United States, or even Meta's new apparent feature that they're going to be doing, where you can AI generate your entire person to FaceTime someone you don't want to FaceTime, and shit like that. Like, of course, people are now gonna, like, even if he had a stadium full of people, right? Which leads me into my second point. If Jesus came back and everyone knew he was Jesus, you know, like, and everyone saw him in person, there would still be people being like, oh, okay, yeah, but what if it's wires? There would be conspiracy theorists who would, like, screenshot really shitty, blurry images of Jesus as he's, like, levitating off the ground or whatever. And then there would be like, oh my god, this truck. But, like Jesus could come down in front of, like, the entire planet live. And people would be like, well, I saw a wire protruding from Jesus' back, so clearly he was lowered. You know, and, like, there would be Christians being like, that is not our God. He's a false God. In the name of the Lord, we must smite this. We must gang on this person because he probably likes gay people or, like, whatever. Right? That's like, damn, dude. You know? Which leads me on to another point. I love leading myself onto different points straight after I've already got into one. And that is, it is near borderline impossible to start a cult nowadays. You know? Like, if I wanted to start... Why is my levels going down so much? I don't know. Alright, but if I wanted to start, like, a fucking internet cult, right? There would be, like, a small handful of people who would actually join with the belief. And they would practice the belief and stuff. There would be people who would join for, like, the joke. Of being like, oh yeah, man, I'm in an internet cult on Reddit, or, like, whatever. Right? And then... There would be people who would be like, it would be like, oh yeah, man, you're in the internet cult, you're a freak and a weirdo and I hate you. And then there'd be people trying to, like, out the cult for doing weird stuff. There'd be people who would join the cult for an excuse to do weird stuff, you know. But, like, ultimately, right, like, old school cult of people who blindly follow someone else, unless you are, like, a fucking YouTuber or something. Alright, unless you are like fucking Logan Paul and you are making Lunchley with Mr. fucking Beast and fucking KS Cry, whatever his fucking name is, right? There is no way you can do that purely online. And even nowadays, like, and even doing it in person would be hard. Because I could walk to someone and be like, hey, did you know this real true facts? And then they could just, like, Google it. You know? Like, they could just, like, call someone who's smart. You know? Like, old school cult, dude, will no longer be a thing. But like weird internet movements that are cult-like happen every day. And I think that's really funny. I probably should have done this one first, but I'm gonna do it now instead. Content, and like, well, the content that I want to make versus what I end up making, right? I am my own worst enemy when it comes to content creation. I have these big, great ideas, right, where I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I can do this, and like, the things that I very well could do, I just need to put time and effort into it. But then, either before I start it, or as I'm doing it, or just after I finished filming it, or halfway through editing it, I just get the craziest burnout ever. Like, it is a crazy burnout. And that's why, like, the Chaznan channel never got consistent uploads, because I would just, like, I would start something, I promise this big thing, and I just burn myself out, like, almost immediately with it. Which hasn't happened yet on this channel. Which I'm glad for, because I like making the stuff on this channel, because it's kind of easy. It's a lot easier than the heavily edited gaming content that is on the Chaznan channel, which I am stepping back from at the moment, by the way. But, no, yeah, and fucking, like, I wanna do big things on this channel, like, I do. I mean, I'm currently editing one slightly bigger videos, and like, it's just a vlog that I put just a bit more effort into. And then I have a video that is me and my friends stealing a Ted Nivison idea, right? And but I still want to do weekly stuff, but I don't feel like I can make like an actual video until this vlog's done, because in the timeline of things it would look wrong. And then also, I don't want to start this big video because I'm scared that if I do start this big video, I'll spend too much time doing it, to which I won't be uploading consistently here. It's something I don't want to do, you know? So that's when I was like, well, I've always kind of wanted to do mindless ramble style videos, and so that here I am, mindless ramble style videos. I like uploading to YouTube. I like doing the whole YouTube thing, the whole YouTube shtick. No, did they change where they are? Never fucking mind. But no, yeah, and like, I hate the fact that I plan big things and I can never really go through with them. Because there's been times where like I've like wanted to do different style stuff on the Chaznan channel, and I just don't do it because I like get too busy with other things. Because this shit's time consuming, man. Like, I don't edit fast. I've never been able to like have footage on one day and then have the chunk, if not the full edit, finish the next, if not the same day. Apart from like the 1 or 2 times I did it on this channel, obviously, with like the vlogs, but that's because they're just like easy going, you know. And I will keep saying that until I run out of fucking times to say it, dude. But yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say is expects obviously bigger style stuff. Expect a lot of filler content, kind of like this. This video I'm expecting you to put on your second monitor and just listen to me ramble as you're doing more important things. You know, like, I don't expect you to like watch the video, because I don't really want them to be visually a thing, more kind of like an audio thing, because I've always wanted to do a podcast, because I, again, have all these topics that I just talk about constantly and no one to talk them to. So that's what this is. It's like a solo podcast. Welcome to the Thoughtless podcast, everyone. But obviously expect like the normal stuff, you know, like the normal vlogs at uni, and even when I'm not at uni. Expect this series, the Thoughtless series, to kind of jump around a bit. Because obviously it's easy for me just to hop on a game, play a game as I'm talking, and then edit that. But then also, I want to do it like it's fucking Bo Burnham's Inside. I want it to be shot nice. I want it... And sometimes I don't even want it to be shot nice. Sometimes I just want it just to be me sat in a fucking forest, maybe. And I'm just rambling on with my phone in my hand. And, you know, like... You know, like... Shit like that, dude. But obviously I don't want to just be putting out low effort shit forever. So expect big stuff, but expect a lot of filler stuff as well. You know? God, content creation is so hard when you don't have, like, I guess the time to do it. I have a habit, right? Whenever I'm talking to myself among these things, it's usually when I'm, like, starting on another big project that I know for a fact I'm going to stop doing, right? You know Anthony Padilla, right? You know the I spent a day with thing, right? When I'm home alone and I'm like completely, and I'm like not talking to anyone, and I'm walking around aimlessly, I am pretending that I'm on that show. I wish I was lying. Like, I've read stories on like online and shit of people like pretending they're being interviewed when they're bored, right? But like, what I do, and I think it joins in with the burnout, is I'll be explaining like the big video idea that I have is the one that got me to like blow up out of nowhere, and that's why like I'm on the show, right? And like I'll explain all these like production things that I am like genuinely doing, and that I am like actually like looking forward to and shit. But then I feel like it's because I speak about it so highly, and that I speak about it so often, because I do this shit all the time, dude. Like I was doing it today. I was doing it yesterday because I was gonna film this yesterday because I had my camera out, and so I was gonna do it yesterday, but I was walking around my fucking room being like, yeah, so when I started the Thoughtless series, I didn't really think it was gonna get as big as it did, and like that was like, and it kind of hit me. I was like, damn, I need to speak about this on the Thoughtless podcast. I'm calling this a podcast now. It's a MiniCast. That's what it is. Weekly MiniCasts. Holy shit, I'm so good at this creation stuff. And I'll explain drama I haven't even got myself into. Like, I'll make up some shit, like me and fucking, I don't know, me and Popular M&Os are like beefing or some shit. Popular M&Os, I just said. That's not what it is. Or I'll be like, yeah, so I started making content for myself, and then one day I just applied for this really big YouTube position and I got it. But then like I'll speak about other content creators like I've like known them, you know, like personally, which I feel like is weird. But like I'm not one of these guys that's like, oh yeah, Tommy Innit replied to one of my tweets, so I'm like his best friend. I'm not one of those people. I laugh at those people often. But like, I don't know, dude, it's really weird. I just don't want to be like a weirdo. It's just something that I just do, you know, like I end up just fucking like acting like I've made it big, and that that I'm big and successful, and that I'm epic and awesome, you know. And then I'll like fabricate in my mind like tweets and shit that I've like made that people have been like, ooh, that's a bit edgy, you know. And I've like had to like explain how I'm like not a racist on the Anthony Padilla show, which I think is a crazy statement to just say out loud, even when I haven't been on the show. You know, I feel like I can fit one more topic in. I'll fit a topic in. Hold on, let me deliver this first, and then I will get back to you. I think that bus drivers are in gangs, and they partake in gang warfare with one another. Don't believe me? Let me fucking explain, idiot. Alright? So, I don't know how buses work in other countries, but I know in the UK, the north of the UK, especially where I live, the buses have numbers on them, right? Or like letters and numbers, and it's like this weird like amalgamation of shit. And they do one route, and that's it, right? And I've noticed that whenever a bus with the same number passes each other, they like wave at each other, right? Which I guess is, you know, courteous. You know, you see another bus driver, and you know, you wave at them. But then the second the bus driver passes a bus that is not their numbered, that's not like the same number, right? Like I'm making up bus numbers here, but let's say the 219 passes 84, right? Like, they won't wave, right? And the bus I get in the morning, the one that I used to get in the morning, used to be so packed that I would be like pressed up against where the bus driver is, so I could like look at his face, right? And like he would nod and wave at another, you know, 219 driver. But then the second he saw like the number 2 bus, he would like almost look angry. And I'm not saying this is all bus drivers, because I don't get the bus at that time anymore, so I'm never that packed. The bus I get now is the earlier bus, so it's, you know, easier for me to do like whatever and to find a seat and stuff, right? But like, I can remember there was this one bus driver who was like very clearly like a new hire bus driver. He's driving my bus, and he waves at this bus that is not, you know, the same number. And the guy in the other bus just like shakes his head disappointingly at him, like he's broke some sacred rule. Like, what? Okay, for those of you who have buses that have numbers on them, or like maybe like colors, like whatever, the next time you're on this bus, just watch the bus driver. Right, just watch how they like interact with other bus drivers. Maybe it's just my bus, like just like the route my buses goes, like the area that my bus is. But like, I am in full belief they're in some kind of like gang warfare. Whenever one bus is like not working the way it should be, like maybe one of the doors is broken or something, right? Like, it looks like someone's broke it, right? And yeah, some crackhead could have just kicked the door or something. But then like, you see someone get into, like, you see like the driver get into like another bus next to this person, and like they'll be grinning at them, right? But then like the next time you see that bus has got like a light missing, or like, you know, like, it might be something just really petty, like they've pushed the mirror out to like the fullest it can go out, you know? And it's like, it's not like some like weird prank, like workplace prank stuff, or it's like gang warfare. I think it's gang related, personally. You know, there's nothing like gang warfare in the workplace, but like when I'm trying to get somewhere and the bus isn't driving at full speed because either the driver is too stupid and doesn't know how to take the handbrake off, or someone, potentially another bus driver from a different bus clan, has tampered with the engine. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, and boom. Finish the delivery just as I finish this minicast at 30 minutes. So yeah, I was fully expecting this to be like an hour of me rambling about stuff. This video, I can already tell, is gonna flop, right? There is no way people are gonna enjoy watching this. But if you did for some reason, and you would like to see more, subscribe. I'm hoping to upload these weekly. I think about a lot of topics, so there's going to be a lot of topics, but if you have any suggestions, like weird things, for example, why don't we wear armor nowadays? Like medieval armor. That's something I am going to get into next week. But yeah, thank you for watching. That's it. Bye.